Tara Shaver with the Office of Volunteer Engagement, and I am here with the Roost News team. And we thought we'd take the time today to just introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about what brought us to the Roost News team and about where we live across the country and other ways we're involved with AARP. So most of you know me. I am the advisor for the South and Central regions as part of the Office of Volunteer Engagement staff. And I also work with several of our teams, including the Roost News. I work with the volunteer facilitation and training team, the social media training team, the tech training team, and I think I'm missing a team, but I work with several of the teams within the Office of Volunteer Engagement, and we have just had so much great success during the pandemic with volunteers coming up and saying, how can I help? And that is the way this wonderful team of volunteers came to us to work on the Roost News. And I'm very blessed to get to call Lillian Lee and Judy Barone partners in this endeavor. They are the co-leaders for the Roost News. And I'm going to turn it over to Lillian first to make her own introduction.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Lillian Lee, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am a co-leader for the Roost team, as Tara stated, and I'm excited about being a part of this team and welcome all of the team members. We are excited because we have the opportunity to share with staff and volunteers all the great things that are going on with AARP. I have been with AARP since 2017 as a volunteer, and I'm excited that I now serve on the North Carolina Executive Council for AARP for our Triangle region. I also have worked with Movies for Grown-Ups, which is an exciting experience, as well as I am a portal trainer. But when I saw the ad or the request for someone to work with the Roost News team, I quickly said yes to be a co-lead. And I am so thankful for having a great co-lead. But as I said earlier, this is your opportunity to find out all of the wonderful things that are going on with AARP. So I'm going to turn it over to my co-lead, Judy.
Thank you, Lillian. My name is Judy, and I am an AARP volunteer from Chicago, Illinois. I began volunteering with AARP in January of 2020. And since then, I've added some other wonderful volunteer opportunities. One of the reasons I decided to volunteer with the news team is because I am a freelance writer and I love telling stories. And I want to be sure I can contribute all the wonderful AARP volunteer stories to the staff and the fellow volunteers. Thank you for having me.
All right, fabulous. Thank you. Let's move along to who I see next on my screen, which is Nancy. Nancy, you're up.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCammon Hansen. I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, up in the northeast corner of the state. Quite honestly, I don't know how long I've been an AARP volunteer. It kind of, I retired and things kind of rolled along, and now I'm one of those retirees who's busier in retirement than I was when I was working. But be that as it may, about a year or so ago, I did an interview about accessory dwelling units with a friend of mine here in Fort Wayne, and the people in the state office suggested that I get involved with all of you, and it happened. And it's fun to get to know people in other parts of the country. And I think AARP is a great organization and has a lot to offer. And so here I am, and thanks for being a part of this.
Wonderful. And it's so fun to get to have all these different voices from around the country. And it was super fun when people were recommending their friends and volunteers and others to come to the Roost News. So Linda, you are up next from the sunny state of Florida. Linda, my friend, you're muted, and I'm sending you an unmute cue. Let's see if it works. Not yet. Whoopsie. All right.
Okay.
Oops, there she is. Yes. goodness. Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm Linda Bruns. I'm based in Tallahassee, Florida, the sunny state that everybody wants to come to in the wintertime when the snow is piled very high up north. We have a great time down in Florida. We have many, many volunteers, and I've been volunteering with AARP for many years. My husband worked in the state office as state communications director, so you can imagine how I was drafted many times to help out. But I've really enjoyed it. I've been working as pretty much a full-time volunteer since I fully retired myself in 2017. And I just love working with the folks over at the office here, but also meeting volunteers from around the state. And these are wonderful people. They do a great job. And it's just wonderful now to be able to tell their stories. I think that people in California need to know what the folks in Florida are doing. And I think Florida folks need to know what folks in New York are doing. So I'm glad we can tell the story via the Roost.
I love it. And I think that Linda, Dave, and I share a love of horses. And I believe Linda also works in horse rescue. So thank you for your work with that. It's so important. And now, Theresa, you're up next.
Morning, I'm Theresa McCoy. I'm here in sunny Southern California. I'm outside of Los Angeles in the city of Tarzana. I have been a volunteer with AARP since 2020. I'm a member of what we call LACA, which is I am a liaison for the city council for my district, which is really a lot of fun. When I received the email to do the Roost News, I became excited because when I was my first job outside of college, I was a producer for public television, and I produced the first open heart surgery to be shown live on national TV in 1983. That's a long time ago, but it was fun. So this gives me an opportunity to get back into something that I love and tell everybody about what's happening here and learn what's happening everywhere else across the country. Thank you.
I absolutely love getting to do introductions like this and getting to work with people all over the country. So what a funny and unique thing that you did with open heart surgeries in just an odd little way that the universe works. My dad was one of the first children to receive open heart surgery when he was 8 years old. And that was back in the 60s. So isn't that interesting? Like, it's so weird.
Yes.
They should mention that. I'm like, what an odd little nuance. So I love it. How cool. And we need to go dig it up and see if we can still find that episode on YouTube somewhere, Theresa. Do you think it's there? Awesome. Well,
Long time before YouTube.
yeah. It'd be so grainy, we wouldn't be able to tell what was going on.
Right.
The quality. Well, ladies, it was so wonderful to be here with you and get to introduce you all to our AARP family, the volunteers and the staff who work with volunteers who are listening to the Roost all across the country. I know that they will look forward to more of your stories. We have been telling so many great things since the beginning of the year, especially about how we are returning to life in this mixed world of virtual and soon to be real life again. So stay tuned to the Roost News, where we will be bringing you the news of all things volunteer. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for joining us.